Right, who am I up against? Oh, okay. Oh no, Giggs is out. Oh, brilliant. Oh no, Ronaldo's coming. Okay. And it was just.
Hello and welcome to this big weekend preview brought to you by Betway. This week's guest, Danny Mills, is here with us to preview the Manchester derby. What would you say Man United need to push on that extra level to get to the heights of Man City, the way they're playing these days?
Manager?
Well, I was going to come to that last. Goalkeeper, I still think is a bit of an issue. De Gea was magnificent. For 3 or 4 years was just untouchable. I think it was the best in the world. I think a real partner for Harry Maguire, somebody really strong alongside. Look at what Diaz has turned Stones into. I think they need that. I think the holding midfield role, Fred McTominay, is that good enough to win the Champions League? Is that good enough to challenge regularly? When you look at City, you've got Fernandinho and Rodri in there, and a centre forward. And out and out. Cavani's brilliant. And again, a little bit like Bruno Fernandes, he's a leader. He's closing people down. He's making those unselfish runs. And then he's turning around to midfielders going, hang on a minute, where are you lot? And then I look at the manager and people will go, well, he's done a great job. I go, yeah, he's done okay. Does he take Manchester United to the next level, back to where they were on a regular, consistent basis? I'm yet to be convinced is the answer to that. As a Man United fan, would you swap Ollie for Klopp?
100%.
Would you swap him for Pep?
100%.
That sort of answers your own question, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? And you look at it, or even Tuchel. Maybe you swap him for Tuchel, in particular the big decisions he's made.
Looking ahead to the game this weekend, I mean, like any Man City game, there's a potential for a high score. What are you thinking? What kind of numbers do you think we'll be looking at?
I watched the game last night at City, and they were so dominant. I mean, what was it, 75, 80% possession? 10 years ago, Pep couldn't have played that way because, the likes of Roy Keane, Vieira, whatever, would have just gone steaming into people. But you can't do that now. So they can dominate in their possession and way that they play. And I think they will do that against United. That almost suits United in a way because they can then play on the counter-attack. But I just see City being too strong for them. I can't see them dealing with it. And I think United will have a good go. They might nick one. They might nick a goal. But I can see City winning this comfortably, sort of 3-1 in the end.
Out of the City squad, what kind of players do you think, or do you see turning up on the day, maybe converting one?
Any out of 25.
Take your pick, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean, I think their wide players might be important in this. Obviously, Sterling almost scored last night, was an own goal, but I think Mahrez as well. I think one of those players coming in and getting in that space between the fullback and the centre half. I think that's where they could be caught out, and I'd go for Sterling to score. And
at the end of the day, it is still a derby, so there might be a few feisty moments. Maybe anybody who looks like they might get a card.
I think Luke Shaw could be the one. Again, whether it be Mahrez or Sterling on that side, players with pace running at you. When you've got players with that quick, that have such quick feet, you just got to mistime it by a millisecond, and that's it. You're in the book. So I think he could be one to go in there.
Thanks, Danny. Those predictions once more are Man City to win 3-1, Sterling to score first, and Luke Shaw to be carded. Let's see if you can knock Pascal Chimbonda off the top of our leaderboard. Somebody's got to eventually.
Can I just bring you back to when you played in the Manchester derby, dummy? It was quite an interesting time for United because it was the Jose era at Chelsea, right, when he was coming in and he was kind of revolutionising them. And so, when you were going into these games as a City player going in against United, was there a bit of
hoping not to get beat, don't worry.
But like, what was that like playing against that little era of Fergie where he was being tested quite a lot?
We were literally still hoping not to get beat. A draw was a good result because they were still exceptional. This is the fans' biggest game. This is Man City's biggest game of the season. Come on, let's try and don't get beat heavily. Get a draw away from home. If you can beat them at home, even better. That's made the season for the City fans. And as an individual, you start, right, who am I up against? Oh, okay. Oh, no, Giggs is out. Oh, brilliant. Oh, no, Ronaldo's coming. Okay. And it was just, and that's what it was.
Thank you for joining us here on the big weekend preview brought to you by Betway. And thanks again to our very special guest, Danny Mills. Take care, and we will see you again soon.